A humble prayer. My son Gilbert was 8 years old and had been in Cub Scouts only a short time. During one of his meetings, he was handed a sheet of paper, a block of wood, and 4 tires and told to return home and give all of it to Dad. That was not an easy task for Gilbert. Dad was not receptive to doing things with his son. But Gilbert tried. Dad read the paper, and scoffed at the thought of making a Pinewood Derby car, with his young eager son. The block of wood remained untouched as the weeks passed. Finally, Mom stepped in to see if she could figure this all out. The project began. Having no carpentry skills, I decided it would be best if I simply read the directions, and let Gilbert do the work. And he did. I read aloud the measurements, and the rules of what we could do and what we couldn't do. Within days his block of wood was turning into a Pinewood Derby car. A little lopsided but looking great, at least through the eyes of Mom. Gilbert had not seen any of the other kids' cars and was feeling proud of his Speedy. He felt a pride that comes with knowing you did something on your own. Then the big night came. With his blue Pinewood Derby car in his hand and pride in his heart, we headed to the big race. Once there, my little one's pride turned to humility. Gilbert's car was obviously the only car made entirely by the entrant. All the other cars were a father-son partnership, with cool paint jobs and sleek body styles made for speed. A few of the boys giggled as they looked at Gilbert's lopsided, wobbly, unattractive vehicle. To add to the humility, Gilbert was the only boy without a man at his side. A couple of the boys who were from single-parent homes at least had an uncle or grandfather by their side. Gilbert had Mom. As the race began, it was done in elimination fashion. You kept racing, as long as you were the winner. One by one the cars raced down the finely sanded ramp. Finally, it was between Gilbert and the sleekest, fastest-looking car there. As the last race was about to begin, my wide-eyed, shy 8-year-old asked if they could stop the race for a minute, because he wanted to pray. The race stopped. Gilbert knelt. With a wrinkled brow he began to talk with his Heavenly Father. He prayed in earnest for a very long minute and a half. Then he stood, smile on his face, and announced, "Okay, I am ready." As the crowd cheered, a boy named Tommy stood with his father as their car sped down the ramp. Gilbert stood with his Heavenly Father in his heart and watched his block of wood wobble down the ramp with surprisingly great speed and rushed over the finish line a fraction of a second before Tommy's car. Gilbert leaped into the air with a loud thank you as the crowd roared in approval. The Scoutmaster came up to Gilbert with microphone in hand and asked the obvious question, "So you prayed to win?" To which my young son answered, "Oh, no sir. That wouldn't be fair to ask God to help you beat someone else. I just asked him to make it so I don't cry when I lose." Children seem to have a wisdom far beyond us. Gilbert didn't ask God to win the race, he didn't ask God to fix the outcome, Gilbert asked God to give him strength in the outcome. In the Gospel of Mark we read, James and John, the sons of Zebedee, came to Jesus and said to him, "Teacher, we want you to do for us whatever we ask of you." He replied, "What do you wish me to do for you?" They answered him, "Grant that in your glory we may sit one at your right and the other at your left." Unlike Gilbert, James and John were asking for a rigged race, for pride of position. James and John forgot Proverbs chapter 16 verse 18, "Pride goes before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall." Gilbert fulfilled James chapter 4 verse 10, "Humble yourselves before the Lord and he will exalt you."